And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Riverside County Board Brief as we take a brief look at today's happenings inside the Riverside County Board of Supervisors meeting and what's going on here in Riverside County. My name is Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in, watching us live, or maybe on demand after the fact. It was a very eventful meeting today, which is also Election Day here in the state of California. We had several proclamations. We also had a department highlight, and today we take a look at behavioral health because last week was Suicide Prevention Week, and we caught up with Diana Gutierrez and Rebecca Antion. In fact, we have a little bit of video from earlier today during the meeting as they came up and presented on Suicide Prevention Week, and there is Rebecca and Diana as well, talking about all of the good work that they are doing to make folks aware and educate those who might be contemplating suicide and how to help those folks as well, whether it's a young adult, maybe it's an older gentleman or gal. Either way, there's a lot of great tools that they have that they want to make sure all of you are aware so you can better equip yourself to help those that might be in need. So again, the department highlight was on Suicide Prevention Week, and here is Diana Gutierrez from Behavioral Health talking more about that.
Hi, I'm Diana Gutierrez, the Prevention and Early Intervention Manager with Riverside University Health System's Behavioral Health Department, and I'm a co-lead for your Riverside County Suicide Prevention Coalition. September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. If you have concerns about someone that you love who may be having thoughts of suicide, we offer free suicide prevention trainings to anyone who lives or works in Riverside County. You can access these trainings by emailing us at pei@ruhealth.org or checking out uptoriverside.org to learn about the different trainings that we offer. Every person has a role to play in suicide prevention. We need the entire community to come together. If you recognize someone that you love is acting differently or you have concerns, you can learn the signs of suicide, learn how to reach out and talk to them and let them know that you care about them and that there is help and hope and that they can find a difference in their own life. So again, check out uptoriverside.org or email us at pei@ruhealth.org.
All right, thank you very much, Diana. As we mentioned off the top of the broadcast, there were several proclamations today, one of those being National Preparedness Month, how to be most well prepared in case of an emergency, what you might need at home for yourself, your family, your pets as well. We had Bruce Barton, the director of the Emergency Management Department, joining us here during the Board of Supervisors meeting to accept the proclamation and talk more about it because, as you're going to hear from Bruce, it all starts at home.
National Preparedness Month came about after 9/11. People tend to look at it as it's what we as government do to prepare for emergencies and disasters. But the most salient piece of National Preparedness Month is really what our communities, and by communities I mean the individual households down to the dinner table level, can do to be prepared. There is no substitute for that. Government cannot make communities resilient. Only communities can make communities resilient. RivCo Ready, RivCoready.org. If you go on RivCoready.org, it provides all the tools. Take very simple steps first, just like on the public safety side of things. Preparedness at the home level starts with communication. Start talking to each other. Have a plan around the dinner table. If you have school-aged children, how are you going to connect with your children in the middle of an emergency if they're at school? What is that school's emergency plan? You should know that.
All right, very good. Thank you, Bruce. That was Bruce Barton, the director of the Emergency Management Department, talking more about Emergency Preparedness Month. Now, right now, behind the scenes taking place, the process of redistricting is happening here in Riverside County. Earlier today, during the Board of Supervisors meeting, Supervisor Kevin Jeffries addressed more about that, and he wants your input. In fact, all the supervisors want your input, so stay tuned to RivCo Now, the social media platforms, and RivCo.org, the website for community meetings, because they want to hear from you and get your feedback on redistricting. Here is Supervisor Kevin Jeffries.
The redistricting process will be moving forward and going to Planning Commission next month, I think. And then the board, I think very shortly thereafter, or the next day even, I'm not sure the dates. It's very, very important that residents who want to have an input in the process make sure they follow this. As we start looking at numbers and city populations and unincorporated community populations, it seems very apparent that one city someplace in the western half of the county is going to have to be divided between two supervisorial districts. Historically, it's been the city of Riverside. Well, I think you could argue probably 4 of the 5 districts at one time were all in the city of Riverside. But as these boundaries start moving and because of population growths, there's going to be some changes. And so I just want to make sure folks are aware and engaged if they care to be. Thank you.
And finally, the Board of Supervisors meeting today wrapped up with memorials, as it always does. But today felt extra special coming off of 9/11, September 11th, the 20th anniversary this past Saturday. During the memorials, they recognized and saluted 2 local Marines, one from the Coachella Valley, that is Hunter Lopez, another Marine from Norco, Kareem Nakui, 2 Marines that were killed in that bombing in Afghanistan. So here, not only is Supervisor Perez, but also Supervisor Spiegel talking about the Marines from their area that lost their lives in Afghanistan.
We were devastated to learn the next day, August 27, that this attack took the lives of 2 Marines from Riverside County, Hunter Lopez, a Desert Sands Unified graduate from Indio, and Kareem Nikawi from Norco. Marine Corporal Hunter Lopez was 22 years old. Hunter was born in Palm Springs, the son of 2 members of our county family, Riverside County Deputy Sheriff Alicia Lopez and Riverside County Sheriff Captain Herman Lopez.
Lance Corporal Kareem Nikio, and he was killed also at the same time as the young man Hunter Lopez from the other side of Riverside County. And when talking to his mother, she says that at 4 years old, he set his eyes on being a Marine. He was a graduate of 2019 class of Norco High School, and he was described as a very strong person and held no grudges. And he had a love for kids.
All right, that was Supervisor Spiegel and Supervisor Perez talking about 2 local Marines, again, who lost their lives in Afghanistan. And again, that was during the memorial section, which they do each and every Board of Supervisors meeting at the very end. Again, it's election day. There's several ways to vote. You can find a ballot box. The Registrar of Voters here in Riverside is also open. 8 p.m. is that deadline, so you can be part of the voting process. My name is Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time with another board brief brought to you by the County of Riverside.